right, welcome all. The next talk is by Saurabh Rapatwar, the CEO of StackConsole.io, and he's going to talk about 10x your cloud business with Stack Console and CloudStack. Let's give it for Saurabh.
Hey, hi, thank you, Rohit. Hello everyone, myself Saurabh. I am the founder of Stack Console, and today I am going to talk on business with the help of resellers and partners. So before we proceed, I would like to give some information about our company and our journey with CloudStack so far. So we started our company just few months before last CloudStack conference. Okay, and so far we have six companies who are using Stack Console. Companies are for under deployment phase, and currently our team size is 20, and we are a Pune based company. So our customers were demanding to have a reseller management system with Stack Console. So recently only we have developed this system, and this is being used by large enterprise customers in India. So this reseller management systems give you two types of reseller accounts. So let's say if you are a company and if you want to resell your products further, like AWS does or like other cloud provider does, so you can create reseller under your company account. For example, you can have a white label reseller who can further white label his portal and services, or you can have a regular reseller where he will not brand the portal, but he will still sell your resources on your brand name. So this is what the concept we have built to build a big a long chain of resellers or partners. So I'll take you through the demo quickly. All right. So this is the control panel of reseller, as you can see. So in this, what happens is, let's say if you logged in as a reseller, and here you can create new customers, or you can switch between the customers to create the resources. Okay. So this is the reseller dashboard where you can manage everything. You can add new customers. You can, and this is the dashboard for the reseller. So now let's suppose if reseller want to white label this and sell this solution further. So now what happens is, let's say you are a company, you sell on your brand, okay, but you can have a reseller who can bring a big amount of business for you, but they want to white label it and sell it to their customers. So in that case, they can have this advantage of this feature. So they can fully branded their URL, so they can have this CMP on top of their means like with their private domain name. Even they can upload all their brand settings, for example what name they want to be, logo, favicon, and the theme color. So this they can decide, and they can directly start selling the services. Even they can update the pricing for all the packages, and they can enable payment gateways like PayPal, Stripe, and Razorpay. Currently, we have integrated only three payment gateways, and they can then set the disciplinary actions like at what days account should go on hold, when to suspend, and when to permanently delete the resources. So these all settings they can configure from the reseller panel itself. So I'll just quickly show you how to jump into the customer account and create resources. So let's say right now I have a customer, let's say Satish Londe. So I am logged in as an customer, and now I can create resources under his account. So for example, I have created a couple of resources already in his account. So this is how resources are listed. Being reseller, you can have all the stats of the services, whatever services created by the customers. In the dashboard, you can see how many customers you have, how many projects you have, how many machines you have created, and so on. And even you can assign the quota to the reseller, that you can have this many of IPs, this much of CPUs, or the partner can choose to have it prepaid, means like they can add funds, and till the time they have funds in their account, their services will keep running. If not, then they can also choose for adding a payment method. Also have a system where you can manually generate, means like automatically generate invoice on first of the month, and give them a grace period of, let's say, 15 days to clear the dues. So this facility we have built into this. So this is the invoicing section for the reseller. Reseller can see which customers has created what services, and even he can pricing for that, from which date to which date the instance has been created and all. So all details can be seen from the portal itself, like data transfer and this VM created from 15 November to 30 November, and this is the price like this. So yeah, and here is the list of customers reseller can see. He can go to the customer account. He can update all the details, and if you want to send password to the customer, they can send it from the portal itself. So this is the system basically we have developed for, specifically to manage resellers and partners. Yeah, so I think I have that much only to show here. Yeah. So Stack Console was started, to help SMEs and startups basically, to launch their own public cloud. But somehow we end up having enterprise level of customers, and now we wanted to target the SMEs who wanted to, explore CloudStack and launch their own public cloud, basically the traditional web hosting providers, right? So through this conference, we wanted to announce that, for first fast five startup who are attending CloudStack conference, or after conference they may see this video on YouTube. Till 31st December 2022, we are offering our solution just for $1 per host per month for five startups. So we will choose five startup. You can submit your application from this URL, and we have a simple criteria wherein team size should be 3 or less. Turnover should not be more than 50,000 USD, and you should be able to set up your own. So we will be just providing the CMP. So we are with, I think I am done. If anyone have any questions, I would be happy to answer.
Saurabh, thanks for the talk. Let me ask in the audience here if anyone has any question before we move to the online questions.
Hi, I'd like to ask if regarding customers authentication, Stack Console supports SAML, OpenID, or some other two-factor authentication protocol.
Yes, we do support that. So we already have that inbuilt. Means like, for example, let's say if you are a customer. Rohit, my screen is still visible?
So and so.
My screen is still visible?
Yeah, it is, but your voice comes and goes.
Okay, yeah.
No, the screen, no.
We have two-factor authentication. Yeah. Yeah, so we have two
Okay.
authentication already enabled. You can authenticate through app or through SMS, and this way you can enable the security of the account.
But not through external identity providers.
External what?
Identity providers.
Identity providers means I didn't get what kind of identity providers?
Like providers who supports the same mail, like say you want to or use the OpenID protocol to authenticate with through factor authentication with Google accounts, let's say.
Yeah. So with Google accounts we have, so it is at the time of Google. I hope I answered your question. If not, please ping me in the chat. I'll talk with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Saurabh, I think we have one more online question. Any other questions from the audience before we take the online question? Okay. Saurabh, from the online portal, we have one question, which is how many service providers are using your platform and what is the largest CloudStack setup you're supporting?
Okay, so we have 7 customers right now who are using our platform, and the largest setup we have created is for up to 14 hosts only.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Saurabh. We have another online question. How do you handle, it says dunning in your billing. I don't know what dunning means, but that's the question.
Okay, so even I didn't get that question, but I'll tell you a little bit about the billing system. So this is the prepaid and postpaid system. You also have a wallet system. Like I told you, you can have it a prepaid method. You can just add the infra credits. Like reseller can buy the infra credits and use the services as long as they want. So that feature we have implemented.
Okay, Saurabh. I think dunning probably means, asking for some kind of debt payment. So, all right. The next question, we have the last question from the online chat, which is, what compliances have you met in your work with service providers?
What compliances?
I mean, does the system meets any compliance to work with service providers?
No, as such, we have not done anything.
Awesome. Thank you, Saurabh, for answering the question. I think those are all the questions we have at the moment. To the audience and people online, Saurabh is still online. So if you have any question, you can reach out on the Hubulo platform. Let's give a round of applause for Saurabh for his talk.
Thank you.